Are you serious?
This is How to Kill an Hour. I'm Marcus Bronzy.
And I'm Funk Butcher.
There are many ways to kill an hour out there, but right now you are killing an hour with us.
You lucky people. Big love to all those listening via the Apple Podcast app for iPhone via Acast, which works on Android, iPhone cut and string, or any type of... Who's this on the iPhone? It's with Billy. Tricked me as well into reading that.
It works on Android, cup and string, or iPhone.
Yeah.
I think he's just putting out the point that Acast is like... It works with anyone.
It's superior.
It's kind of like DJ Khaled.
Yeah.
With everyone. You get me? Another one. Hello to Lioness, who says the dudes How to Kill an Hour ain't playing no games. Look at these extra gems for my listening pleasure. Oh, she said thank you. She was talking about the
E3 episode.
Yeah, the E3 and the Tinder Tales. You know, we gave you a triple header last week.
Sounds quite naughty.
You know, hey. So we if you've not checked out the E3 episode, we give you the lowdown on what has happened at E3 and also the latest Apple stuff as well.
Yes, sir.
Also, hello to FranceNet Geek, who's been giving us a lot of love this week.
Yeah, I noticed that. Shouts to FranceNet Geek. Shouts to my Francais massive putting up with these English thugs.
Is FranceNet Geek actually French?
I'm assuming so.
Okay, I'd
be very disappointed if FranceNet is Greek.
Yeah, it's FranceNet Greek, but there was the R FranceNet _geek is the name. So maybe FranceNet Greek was gone already, so they had to get a bit funky with it. Yeah, if you like the show as much as they all do, take a moment, click the link in our show description, and give us a little review. You know, a little 5 stars or something like that. You know what I mean? You get me? Don't
be stingy.
Definitely. Killer Bits, part of the show where we talk about how you killed a bit of time this week. Me of all people should know better than to let my phone ring. One second. So yeah, Killer Bit, the part of the show where we all discuss how we've been killing some time this week. Share it with you, and maybe you can kill some time doing that as well. Funk, we've been killing time with this week.
I was killing time. I was back on the buttons. I brought out the machine again. Got some new assignments to finish off. So
yeah,
machine is my weapon of choice.
When you say the machine, Funk, remember you're speaking to people that might not know what a machine is.
Yeah,
it's quite a generic thing. Could be a gun. Yeah, it could be a KitchenAid device. Could just be driving. What's the machine? The machine,
and this is a machine with an S because it's super like that. It's got they threw an S in there before I spell it different. It's hardware, software, instrument, which is used by a lot of producers, and it's made by Native Instruments.
Yeah,
German-based company. Yeah,
I should know, but I don't. Maybe. Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
from Deutschland.
I'll just agree.
So German-based company, and they've got this hardware called the machine, but it's also software, and it is literally the MPC killer. That's what I like to call it. Shout out to all my hip hop heads who prefer to. They've stayed comfortable with the MPC. The machine is, I call it the MPC killer. They should have that on the box.
See, this is the
MPC killer.
This is the problem with you producer types here. I've asked you to explain what the machine is here, and you were about to do it, but before you did that, you threw in another 3 letters, MPC.
Yeah.
What? I thought you were going to say MP3, and now you've just said MPC. What's an MPC, Funk?
MPC is just like the standardized sampler equipment that everyone back in the day was using. Predominantly, a lot of hip hop producers were using that. And when you meet any producer, 30 plus, not even 30, but 35 plus, 40 upwards, they sing the praises of the MPC. But the kind of the up to the time producers that are more hip with it want to kind of they want to kind of embrace the technological improvements that are happening. They've warmed to the attributes of the machine.
See, Funk's too intellectual. So basically what a machine is something you plug into your computer or whatever your production device is, and you use it with your production software as well.
Yeah.
So I like to think of them as, you know, at school you had the DJ button on your keyboard, and you press DJ. When you press that button, it goes into the mode where there's all the sound effects. It's a professional version of one of those.
I want to go even deeper. I'd say like the MPC is a chalkboard. And you know, if you go in the classroom these days, they've got smart boards now. And I made the mistake last year of using a dry wipe marker on a on the smartboard. I thought it was a whiteboard. I thought you could just write in it and it stain the board. I ruined it.
So you were teaching a class and you wrote on pretty much their high-tech equipment.
Yeah, high-tech smart. I didn't know a smartboard is like a projector.
Did you ruin it?
Yeah, I ruined it.
Do you know how much you did them out of?
I don't know. I ducked out.
Oh, wow. You just left.
Gave him a fake email for my invoice.
You know that. You cut the check, but there's no communications. So why is it fun? Seriously, why is there this beef between one set of person that used to use this old sampler or sequencer for production, like the MPC, and people using new stuff?
It's just the two schools of music production, analog and digital schools. And some people feel that even though you are, in some senses, triggering digital signals through an MPC, a lot of that school would still say that it's a more of an analog feel. It feels more raw and real in terms of production, and the production sound quality that you're getting from a machine is too polished. So they're the two schools: the new school, the old school. The old school like things that are authentic and have kind of a raw, rough edge to them, and the new school, which is embrace the machine and all the kind of new DJing tech and all that kind of stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah. So those are the new schools. I mean, like I said, I'm neither here nor there. I just use one which is easier for me to kind of articulate my production skills, and machine is the one for me. I'm neither here nor there. I mean, I just use one that is obviously it makes things a lot easier for me to get my workflow down. And cool. Machine for me, there's so much sounds that you've got in your library that I feel like you're going to need an extra hard drive to store those sounds in to trigger them. So
I hear that.
Yeah, so I had an assignment from between last week, Tuesday and now, and last week, Friday, I thought I'd sit back at home and catch the Red Bull Culture Clash. They were streaming that live. That was real entertaining. Obviously, streaming live club events, using technology, streaming it into your home, you're getting the feel of it, using the social media and everyone engaged in that. And it was a good laugh, man. The 4 different crews on there.
Yeah, so what is a Red Bull Culture Clash?
A Red Bull Culture Clash. I've been made aware that Red Bull do this thing globally, and regionally they curate artists that resonate with their different areas. So if you got the New York sounds, and if you got ones that are in Asia, they've got the artists that are more representative of those areas. This one was held in London, and it consisted of UKG, UK Garage Act. The thing is, some people might be aware, if you know your music, you might be like raising an eyebrow, because garage, its roots are American. But I don't want to go down that whole tangent. But UKG, in terms of two-step, kind of going forward, they had a crew there. They had a Mixpack crew, which is a Jamaican orientated sound. They had Taylor Gang, which is kind of the international facet of the whole clash, and that was headed by Wiz Khalifa. And you had the Grime Lot, which was represented by a promotion called Eskimo Dance, which is a legendary promotion set up by Wiley back in the day. Yeah. And it was entertaining because everyone assumed, it being in home quarters in our backyard, that we would wipe the floor with all the other competition.
When you say we, you mean UKG or Grime?
Yeah.
UKG or Grime. You thought they were the front runners.
Yeah.
Everyone thought they were going to win.
Everyone else is under. Mixpack and Taylor Gang were supposed to be underdogs, so at least they were underdogs going into this.
I'm going to be honest with you, Funk. I genuinely have not watched anything.
Have you not watched it?
I've only watched one thing, Wiz Khalifa suck out my boom boom. That's the only thing I saw. So, bruv, talk me through it blow for blow.
So
how did it go down? So everyone thought, it's set in the UK.
Yep.
There's 2 groups which are representing sort of some of the best UK music.
Yep.
That's also got nostalgic value because it's UKG as well as grime. So that's new UK dance and hip hop and old school UK club bangers, basically, versus Taylor Gang, Wiz Khalifa, and Mixpack, which is like a Jamaican their recording label. So everyone thought UK is going to win. What happened? Were there rounds as well?
So there were different rounds, and obviously the rounds are kind of split into, I can't remember off the top of my head, but the whole idea of clashing is to kind of get your one-upmanship on your competitor, and that could be if you're going up against the grime crew. Maybe if you're the dancehall collective, you might play a grime track first, dissing them in their own format. So all that stuff was going on and whatnot, and a lot of the grime crews were caught with their pants down.
Really?
They were caught with their pants down. They were unprepared. They didn't have the dub plates ready for them, and I think they felt because they were in home turf, they could just wipe the floor based on the fact that they had the home crowd behind them. But it didn't go that way. Mixpac came out. I think the bit you talk about, that was Spice. She came out. She said, "Where's Khalifa?" And she done the splits, and the place went crazy. Yeah. And then Popcorn came out, and Popcorn was doing his thing. And even Wiz Khalifa brought out some specials of some well-known hip hop tracks. But obviously, specials in UK culture is that they were tailored. Aside from the ones that you kind of hear in the charts, they were tailored specifically to kind of attack that person in the arena.
So Wiz Khalifa came out. He did well. He did well.
He had the OG Mako Cut It dub, and he called someone a pussy and that, and it was just like, and they got Amber Rose. Amber Rose gave a personal message telling Wiley to suck her dick.
Oh,
it was crazy. It was crazy. I was very impressed by the amount of effort and work put in by Taylor Gang, the American guys representing hip hop.
Because
Mixpac.
Because last year ASAP Mob didn't really understand what Sound Clash was, and they thought it was more of a concert thing. Yeah, and I think, funny enough, ASAP Mob for this year probably were Eskimo Dance, because a lot of their performances seemed like stage show concert performances that you felt like you were watching something as opposed to a team going against the other team. So that's the second year in a row that somebody who's supporting UK music, the gangs supporting UK music, didn't really come out on top at the Culture Clash on their home turf.
I mean, to be fair, UKG did put up a really, really good fight. UKG, they had So Solid in there.
Okay.
DJ Luck and MC Neat, Majestic kind of leading the crew, and they done really, really well. Yeah, the intros in that EastEnders intros in there, so it was polished. It was So
if you had to put them in order of who you think should have won, to who you think should have come last, who comes in top?
I think without a doubt, Mixpac deserve to be winners. And I know people are saying, "Oh, well, you can't say they're winners based off their one." People might say they were crown winners based off the Drake dub. At the end, but it was just the whole presentation. There was aggressive in the what's it called, in the theme of clashing, and that's what it was. You had to take it to your opponent, and they were doing that. So Mixpac number one, I would have said Taylor Gang for me. In all honesty, Taylor Gang pulled out a real stinker, because Taylor Gang went and found Ice Kid, and Ice Kid in popular culture, Ice Kid is like the Yeti. No one's seen the Ice Kid. He's like the Loch Ness Monster. He was like this MC that came around the time with Chipmunk. Wiley's kind of found these two young starlets, and they've came up through the grime. And Chipmunk's obviously gone on to prominence, and Ice Kid kind of like disappeared for a long, long time. And then he appeared on the night of Culture Clash. And the fact that he chose that night of all nights to come out and not side with his mentor, Wiley, and he kind of attacked that team was very theatrical. It had shades of WWF.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. What was the Eskimo dance Eskimo sound? Was it called Eskimo dance sound?
Eskimo dance.
How did Eskimo dance sound react to Ice Kid, one of their young proteges, coming out? And
there was a lot of memes flying of Chips, like shocked face, like
this is like Diddy coming on stage to diss Heavy D and the Boys. If you're in the States, this is like
it was literally as close as Lil Wayne teaming up with Jay-Z's Rockefeller Camp and dissing Baby, and it's just like whoa, you like, okay, that is the last thing you expected. So Mixpac, Taylor Gang, and then UKG, and unfortunately I would have said Eskimo Dance. They
really, it's a shame, man. It's a shame, because Wiley is probably one of the best warring artists that we've got over here in the UK scene, man. And you know what though, to be fair, dancehall is full of a lot of clashing. Like before Red Bull Culture Clash, there was the Cup Clash that they had here in the UK, and there was clashes all over the UK. So wow, interesting. Wow. So out of 5, what would you give Red Bull Culture Clash?
I mean, it's always an entertaining watch. I'm sure it would have been even more entertaining if you were there, but it's still very entertaining online because everyone gets involved and there's a lot of jokes flying around, and it does have a very communal feel, even on a social media perspective. So I'd give it as an all-round event, physical and otherwise. I'd give it a 4.
Right, cool. Should we go next year then?
Yeah, why not?
I'm on it. I wouldn't mind going to a cup clash in a different part of the world as well, man. I'd love to see someone telling them someone else to suck their mum in Chinese. Oh, that would just make my day.
Yeah, I'd be busting that in Mandarin all the time.
That would make my day.
What did you say?
Exactly. Well, this week I've been playing. I got an app for you actually. I'm not giving you an app for a while. I got an app for you. It's called Would You Rather. One of my favorite games ever.
Yeah.
You know the game where you give people 2 stinking, disgusting options and they have to pick one?
I used to do that a lot in school.
Yeah, man. You're like, would you rather lick shit off the bottom of my shoe or drink water through... we had a smelly teacher called Miss Johnson. So would you drink water that was strained through Miss Johnson's pants on a hot, sweaty day? You had to pick one of those. So it's like a game like that. So you open it and it's like, it's pretty simple, brother. And you know what's interesting about this game is you get to find out what everyone else's answers to these are as well. So here we go. I've just opened the app up. It's free as well, by the way. Would you rather get hit by a car or confess to love your crush? Oh, I'll go for the crush, love, man. What about you?
Or we get hit by a car.
Really?
No, joking.
You with I was going to say, okay, 87% of people said that. Let's go into the next one. Some of them are pretty good.
I want some real challenging ones.
Here you go. Would you really fuck a sexy teacher or fuck a sexy cop?
How old am I?
See, with games like this is how you know someone's taking it seriously when they say something like that. It's like with the shit one, they go, what kind of dog shit is this? Is it a watery shit? Is it a dry white? Is it a dry white dog shit?
Never say never.
I'm going to go cop with this. We'll do one more before we carry on. 63% said they want to fuck a teacher instead of a cop.
Really?
Is it? Now, I'd want to have sex with a cop, yeah? And you know what I'll be playing in the background as well?
What's that?
Fuck the police. Fuck the police. Yes. Come on, man. That's got to be on your list of things to do now. I've told you that. Come on. And they're enjoying it. Or they're singing along. Hey. All right, one more.
It's a good
Would you rather slice and dice Justin Bieber with a katana or play a game finding different ways to... Nah, that's shit, man.
Easy. That's too easy.
All right. Here's one. Would you rather kill someone to live a happy life or have a very sad and depressed life?
Ooh. It's quite a deep one.
Let's put it. Should we hand this one over to our deep thinker in the room?
Yeah. Let's hand it over to Buddha right here.
Billy, would you rather kill someone to live a happy life, or have a very sad and depressed life?
I don't know. I think I'd rather go for I ain't killing no fool.
Billy looks like a killer, though. Don't you think Billy looks like a killer?
Billy does.
look at Billy.
Sometimes I look at Billy, I do think he's got murderous tendencies. You know, when he goes for his bag quickly, until he pulls out the sandwich, I'm a little bit nervous, or the drink.
Billy's got an E-fit face.
Oh, what?
He's got an E-fit face.
E-fit face. You know the faces they construct with different strips on Crime Watch, Billy?
One of those.
So with that being said, Billy, what would you rather do?
Yeah, I'd still rather... I'm not going to kill no fool.
So you'd rather be depressed? You'd rather have a sad and depressed life than kill someone?
If you kill someone, you get caught, go to jail, then you'd be like, oh, fuck, I'm in jail.
So you'd be sad anyway, but there's potential that you might not get caught, just a little bit.
Who am I killing?
Ooh.
See? You take the job.
If it was someone that you knew.
Nah.
Someone that you didn't know.
So that's cold-hearted, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, murder is cold-hearted.
Yeah. So there's 2 types of murder.
Cold-blooded.
Go on, Bill. If you've got to pick one, we've got to find out who you're with. He's taking it so seriously.
I'll just go with sad and depressed. I end up in that.
Sad and depressed. You're with 23% of people. 77% of people would kill someone to live a life.
You're 23% psycho.
Yeah. It's a little conversations that are free app, simple stuff. So yeah, that's what I want.
Got some burden.
Yeah.
What is that app linked to? That sounds like that CIA app that we were talking about last week. That's probably what it's doing. It's probably profiling who is a psychopath out there.
Do you know, I was watching the episode of I was watching the episode of Elementary, which is like a New York version of Sherlock Holmes. They take Sherlock Holmes character and put him in New York
with Lucy Liu.
Lucy Liu. Destiny. Charlie's Angel. Anyway, yeah. So it's got Lucy Liu in it, and but anyway, in a show, a murderer they had some tests online, and basically the test was a small percentage of people that took the test were likely to kill, and someone had all the results for the test and found all the people that were likely to kill and use them to kill people, bruv. So maybe that app is for that.
Yeah,
maybe we'll see Billy on Crime Watch in a few weeks' time. Anyway, yeah, there was that, and also done a little bit of reading, and I read sometimes, and I found out, Funk, according to research, in a study published by Frontiers in Psychology, they've linked children trusting adults to how attractive they perceive them to be.
Really?
So babies, in short, don't trust a certain type of person depending on how they look. Okay, so the study performed by researchers in China had two groups of participants, children and adults. The groups were then presented with 200 neutral male faces looking directly at the camera, and they asked them to rate them on attractiveness and trustworthiness. What the researchers found was the hottest faces, the adults who said the faces were the hottest, were the ones that the children's trusted more. So this means that when kids cry around you, it's because you're goddamn ugly. You're goddamn ugly. So I've been having fun all week looking at babies crying and thinking, is it because they're hungry?
Yeah.
Or is it because, the face they're looking at, they're like, God damn, get that face out of mine. Do babies cry around you, Funk?
No, not at all, man.
Yeah. You said that with your back up straight. Nope.
Not at all.
Not at all.
So basically, you can beat this baby lie detector test just by being pretty.
Basically, if kids don't like you, you gotta go get some work done, boy. But then it's got me also thinking, what if certain babies don't like other babies?
Yeah.
Is it because they perceive other babies to be ugly?
That reminds me of that baby in The Simpsons. You know the baby with the unibrow?
Oh,
that
with the big tooth and the weird one colour hair. See, that's the baby that would cause a lot of crying from other babies around it.
I had 3 experiences with
babies.
Yeah.
Bruv, you got about 30 seconds to clear that hole that you dug yourself into out again.
First instance, a father put their child on the desk, and I'm serving him, and the baby goes, "Lady."
To you?
Yeah. I just laughed. I was like, "No, that's not a lady."
Is that before the beard?
Yeah, that was before the beard.
Yeah, that's right.
He goes, "Lady." Second instance, I'm sitting down having lunch in the cafe. I hear some baby laughing. I look over. This baby points at me and just starts laughing hysterically. I'm like, what? What is so funny?
And what's number 3?
Number 3. So again, I was serving. I looked at this baby and he just burst out crying.
Oh, so Billy's had a laughy baby, a happy baby, a sad baby and a confused baby.
Yeah.
So that means you've got a face that is confusing, also
female.
amusing, and possibly female as well, Billy.
Yeah.
But
that last baby that cried is crying because it didn't trust Billy.
Didn't trust Billy.
Didn't trust me.
Yeah.
Maybe I was overcharging his parents.
Yeah, probably. Skanker. But seriously though, Funk, do you think that this is linked to this whole sort of theory that adults don't trust people that are not as good looking or they trust people that are good looking more than others? Have you heard of this theory before?
No, I never heard of this. Explain this one to me.
So basically there's another theory going around that adults, this is what this is alluding to, that obviously the innocence of children has proven this, that we trust people that are better looking more than others. Or if you're better looking, you're more likely to get a job. If you're better looking, you're more likely to get if you ask somebody for money for the phone box or whatever, if you still use a phone box, that is, money for phone box, then you're more likely to succeed in life. Do you feel like you trust somebody more if they were good looking compared to if they were ugly?
Maybe
because we want to get laid.
Yeah, probably subconsciously.
Alright, this is where we move the microphone away from Billy again, because he's just bringing down the show, Bill. Disgusting.
Look at Billy.
Yeah.
Not messing about. I think it's maybe because, in the subconscious, I guess so. But I'm trying to draw a distinction. Are we saying trust or are we saying lying? Because are we saying that ugly people are liars? Because if we don't trust liars, do we? So technically, ugly people are liars as well.
So you're like reverse engineering the theory. I don't know, man. I don't know. This has got a bit too deep for me for a killer bit, bruv. I've just been noticing. I don't know. I've just found it interesting. I mean, put it like this. If somebody came up to you and asked you for a ride home and they were really fucking but ugly, a girl came up to you, she walked up to you, she was like, "Hey, Hey, I need a ride home. Compared to if somebody came up to you and they had some, titties like pow, ass like pow,
Yeah.
face like pow.
Yeah.
Who's more likely to get the lift? Are you genuinely gonna be like, nah, to both of them, or yeah, to both of them?
Listen, I'm Peter Parker up in this bitch. Yeah, my spider sense will be tingling. Yeah, I can spot them ones. What's that Belle Biv DeVoe tune? Never trust a big butt and a smile.
Yeah.
I'm onto those ones. I've been onto those for years, man.
Yeah.
So there was some what's that? There was some piss poor. I mean, let me put this for the record. Yeah, the worst film I have ever seen, ever. Is a film with Keanu Reeves, yeah, where he's trapped in his house, yeah, and his partner goes away. He's in Spain. I think it's some independent film. Listen, no. I'm not going to defend.
Constantine.
No, not Constantine. It's his film, yeah, and he's trapped in his house, and his wife is just like some kind of like painter or sculptor, and she goes away for the weekend with the kid, and these two super duper beautiful women, they turn up at his house in the rain, yeah, in Spain, yeah. And they seduce him. They have a threesome with him in the shower.
That's
And
some sort of porno.
it's not. It is literally the worst film of all time.
It's got a great name as well.
What's it called again?
Knock knock.
Keanu Reeves. Yeah, I'm telling you, the work you've done in The Matrix and all those other films has been revoked, man.
John Wick.
Yeah, John Wick. All those films that made me proud. I brought a tear to my eye for cinematic bliss. Yeah, this film was piss poor, and it was based on that notion of this guy trusting these beautiful sirens. That's what they were. They were sirens, boy. They came in, the seductive bodies, and they tricked him, tried to kill him.
All right, so Funk's got a point there. So you're saying you trust somebody up to a certain level of beautifulness, yeah, but once they go over that threshold of beautifulness,
Yeah.
then you're like, hey,
Yeah, I believe.
Where's the scam?
I believe there's two ends to the spectrum. Obviously, you could be super ugly. Yeah,
Yeah, no trust.
Yeah, like the Noriega track, super ugly. Or you can be super pretty, and they're both dangerous.
So yours is like a clock, yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas 11:59 is super ugly, yeah. And if 1 minute past 12 super ugly,
Yeah.
and then you get prettier and prettier and prettier
Yeah.
until you get to like 11 p.m. But at 11:59 p.m, that's so pretty that it's dangerous.
Yeah, exactly.
So, so if you meet that midnight mix,
It's exactly like a clock. Sometimes being too early is just as bad as being too late.
hey, and you know what I just found out? Let's wrap this little killer bit up nicely. John Wick Chapter 2, 2017, baby. I will take that. I will take that film. So that was my killer bit, man. Just laughing at babies, crying at people, wondering if it's because they're ugly or whether they want food or not.
Yeah.
Anyway, Funk, let's get on to the main part of the show.
Yep.
Our main bits, as we like to professionally call them. So Pornhub, we've spoken about Pornhub on the show a couple of times, and I must say,
Yep.
as an innovator of technology,
Mm-hmm.
I've got a lot of respect for Pornhub because they're doing things that haven't been done before. I can't remember what episode it was. I'm going to ask Billy to find out what it was, and we'll put a link to it in the show description. But there's a previous episode we've spoken about an invention from Pornhub before. It was an app, wasn't it?
Pornhub gets a lot of love. No pun intended.
Yeah, it does. It BangFit, that was it.
2 or 3 episodes ago.
2 or 3 episodes. Was it called BangFit?
Yeah.
BangFit Fraud, the episode.
Yeah.
Check out the episode BangFit Fraud. We talk about Pornhub. They must be the most technologically cutting edge porn site out there, because Pornhub is introducing this brand new section called described video, and it's for the blind or visually impaired. All right, basically they've got a narrator detailing what's happening in the videos along with the moans and groans. I like this. So basically, if you're blind, you can watch porn.
Watch. Technically, you can't watch porn, but yeah, you can experience porn.
I like to say watch because if I'm with someone in a wheelchair, I'm like, let's go for a walk. Even though they can't walk, I'll be like, should we go for a walk?
I
And
get
they're
ya.
cool. Like, my friends in wheelchairs are cool.
Yeah.
I'm like, let's
Yeah.
go for a
Yeah.
walk.
Yeah.
Like, a
Yeah.
few of my friends are like, ooh. I'm like, nah, come on, bro. Come on, bro. If you had a problem, you'd stand up and talk. Nah, I don't get that. But, so like, basically, I like that. So the Pornhub vice president, Corey
Yeah.
Price, I want to meet this guy. Corey, I want to meet you. We want you on the show. You down with that thing, yeah?
Yeah.
He told the Huffington Post, so official, we did feel it important to start to include the type of more accessible content on our platform. Yeah? Given the relative ambiguity of the concept and sheer number of people that are visually impaired around the world,
Yep.
he's down for this. And you know what? Thank you very much, Corey Price, because this is super accessible porn. Now, this interested me to the point where I had a little dig around the internet for this. Partly because I thought it was not real.
Yeah.
Like, I thought there's no way this could be real. And I soon realized that this could go two ways.
Yeah.
One, pretty good.
Yeah.
One way, not so good.
Okay.
So,
Let's hear it.
you know what? Shout out. This is actually a part of the Pornhub website. When I was I'm going to talk you through the digging through. I went on the internet, and that's a part of Pornhub called Pornhub Cares. Pornhub.com/cares. They got shit like.
So is this the help section?
Bruv, this is the stuff they have going on.
Okay.
Visually, they got described video for visually impaired. Pornhub Cares, Save the Whales. End domestic violence with Christy Mack. Bruv. Help Pornhub save the boobs, doing their part for breast cancer. Pornhub creates 25k scholarships for people. Pornhub is out there doing its thing for the community, bruv.
Pornhub. And it's humanitarian side.
Bruv, and it goes on and on. Pornhub.com/cares. Now, anyway, I finally found my way quite quickly to the Pornhub for the blind. So there's like a sample video that's out there, but I wasn't on the sample video. Man dug through, and this is one of my favorite bits of blind porn. So this is great for a podcast because we can play you a clip of this, and you'll be able to.
It's a video of black screen.
No, the video, you watch it. The actual porn you see.
Okay.
They can't see.
Yeah, but they can't see. Yeah.
But if you can't see, you can't see.
Yeah.
But if you can see, you get like that. It's like, for me, it's like, you know, when you put on this the narrative voice on Sky, you know, like Luther walks into the room angrily and slams the door. Like, it's that sort of stuff. It's sick. So this is what it sounds like.
This is Pornhub's descriptive audio of the video. Handy Tanner fucks Aunt Fucky on air full. Fucky Donaldson touches her chest under her lapels, clearly aroused by the robot ass.
Yeah,
This is all right.
this is right. And you're just hearing this.
Across the love seat, her left leg up on the armrest and her right foot on the floor.
Okay, let's stop right there. So, bruv, I was quite impressed with the professionalism of that. What were your thoughts on that narrative porn?
I feel like it sounds like you're having sex in a series in the room. that voice is I feel like when you're trying to get to your high point, your climax, that voice they could have made that voice a little bit more seductive.
How did it sounded, Funk?
What you want to do is no, but in all seriousness, I feel like it's good. I feel like they're trying to create avenues so that everyone can be included in the joys of sex. So
I like it.
Good on Pornhub, man. Do you know what? I feel like the creator of Pornhub, he's on his way to a Nobel Peace Prize.
I gotta say, he's like the Steve Jobs of porn.
Yeah,
he's got to be the Steve Jobs of porn. He's taking technology that's out there, but he's just putting it to use. The end user experience, is good. So, that's a good side of narrative porn.
Okay.
And like I said, Steve Jobs is kind of a good example for this because Steve Jobs didn't necessarily use new technology. He just took stuff that was currently out there, and put it into a way.
What's the dark side of porn? Apart from do you know what I find ironic? Apparently, I mean, it's been said for a long time that porn actually makes you blind. So we could be creating a vicious cycle that they're trying to capitalize on. Yeah, they've created a material which makes people blind, and then they're holding them there
and stay blind.
Yeah, and they stay there.
Well, this clip is from a site that's been offering the service a little while longer, Funk. So it's a little bit more rough around the edges. It's called pornfortheblind.org. Okay. Now, when you have a .org at the end of something like porn, I really feel like there's a community service vibe in it that might take the sexiness out of it. So we've heard like the Pornhub version. Let's see how this sounds for you.
Okay.
//www.comeoverload.com. The title "Come Overload" is above several clips of women performing various sexual acts.
This guy sounds like he's in a squad car and he's a peep on top looking through the window.
Okay, it says presented by iDream Network.
Let's get to the business.
He's mostly focusing on the head of the penis. She's continuing to give oral sex. Now she is giving a hand job in front of her face.
Now, I'm just going to be honest, the thing that stands out to me, more than the male voice, is just the crispiness of that quality. It sounds like he is in the Rice Krispie factory during a milk testing like phase where they're testing the snap, crackle and pop of that.
That is that MPC sound. That's that natural analog MPC.
So you're saying that the Pornhub narrative section is the machine?
Yes.
Yeah, the new flavor, the over-polished version. So for starters, I don't know if a guy reading porn in my ear really does it for me, you know?
I don't understand why he's reading porn, which he's already there in front of him. Why he's got to have so much and kind of thing. Surely.
Maybe that's his That's his
Is this actually live? That he's actually giving notes on?
I suppose you'd have to watch it and then just describe what's going on. I think this is a reason for people to just say, like, look, babe, I know you think I'm wank a lot, but I'm actually helping people out here.
Yeah.
I'm creating content. Look, I'm doing this for the community. He says, like, while he's greasing up his hand, goes, I'm doing this for blind people, babe. Like, I'm doing it.
What if the .org aspect is the fact that they've actually got people in off the street and said that, would you like to help blind people by just telling us what you see on the screen? So that's the charity aspect. And then, obviously, the material that they record, they're probably flogging it to the poor blind people.
Oh, man. I don't know, man.
The poor blind people.
But yeah.
The blind people, rather.
But needless to say, you can be poor and blind. What, just because you're blind, you can't be poor? Come on, Funk, man. But my first thought is like, yo, this is all right, you know, because I could enjoy a little bit of porn on the way to work. I like to go for a walk. People could see me now. If you see Marcus Bronzy walking down the street, I might not be listening to a podcast.
Yeah.
I might not be listening to brand new albums or Funk Butcher's latest tune.
Yeah.
I might be checking out, you know, whatever, like Mr. Marcus doing his thing.
Listening to Mr. Marcus.
Listening to that, yeah. Listening to that. You get me? How would you choose the male voice or the female voice, Funk? What would be your preference?
Definitely the female voice.
Yeah, the Siri voice.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I mean, would you ever sit there and watch a porno for Pornhub as well and describe it?
I just think to myself, what situation would I ever be in to actually hear porn described in that way? It actually removes the sexiness of that. You know, some people in the bedroom, they're like, shh, baby, don't talk.
Yeah.
And to have someone blabbering, now she's turning over. She's wearing red. What did the guy say? This guy is very skinny, white Caucasian male. He's moved to the left. He's prematurely ejaculated. The end. They must have short episodes as well. Must have some short episodes.
Some short ones. Yeah.
For the amateur porn.
The whoops reel.
Yeah.
Or what if they got really professional with this and did like what Audible do with audiobooks and got like people like Stephen Fry. And then Stephen Fry would narrate the shit out of one of those books.
I think that is where the money earner is there. I think if you can get celebrities reading this out, if you can get, what's his name? Walter White. From Breaking Bad.
Oh my God. I would enjoy that. I would enjoy that. I'd have a go. Who else? Who would you I've got to think of my number one voice. Who would I have? Who's got a sexy ass voice? You know what? Amber Rose. We spoke about it. Yeah. She's got a sexy voice, you know.
But just for a laugh, I want to hear Morgan Freeman.
You want the voice of God. The voice of
into the bedroom.
Yeah.
You resembled Andy Dufresne.
Could you imagine? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman's got to take the gold medal for that one, man. He takes the money shot.
Yeah.
But isn't this just, you know, come to think of it though, isn't there just like erotica books already? And they should just
thinking, what kind of
just have an audiobook of that.
Because I think there's an audiobook for 50 Shades of Grey. And,
So
50 Shades of Grey apparently on the literal level is quite on that.
It's quite spicy.
Yeah.
Yes, it's not lacking pepper.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's not really a romance novel. It is kind of like soft porn.
It's soft porn, yeah.
Yeah, so
something tells me that's going to be way better written than somebody just describing what they see, because in 50 Shades you actually get the feeling and emotion, like you know the finger. I don't know, I've not read it. You know, the feeling out my spine. All right, I'm not good at writing this. Good. Game tingling fireworks. But like these guys just going, and then he turned over.
Yeah.
And went, all right, cool. So yeah, well, I think this is an excuse for guys just to have a wank and pretend they're helping the community. I'm not doing this for me, babe. I'm doing this for blind people.
So this is. I actually thought that they were going to be given that Braille.
What? Braille erotica.
Braille erotica. Yeah, that's what I thought.
That'd be way better. But to be honest though, if you're blind, Braille erotica, you're freeing up a hand. If you're listening to audiobooks, so you get an extra hand. If you got to read and you know what I mean. Anyway, white hat hackers. A US white hat hacker.
Tongue twister.
White hat hacker. A US team has been praised by the American Secretary of Defense Ash Carter for highlighting problems with their internet security. Basically, a kid hacked into the Pentagon's program,
as they do. It's always kids.
Well, you know what, bruv. So you know what, kids learn.
But I never hear adults doing it. It's always kids that's doing it.
Kids, yeah. Because you know what. By the time they're an adult, they've been arrested, or they know better.
How sophisticated can the security be if it's always kids breaking in?
I don't know. Maybe they just thought of all the adult ways to get in, and they just didn't think of the kids way in. Do you get me? I don't know. But this kid basically recently graduated from high school. I've got his name here actually. His name's David Dworkin. He was Dworkin. He hacked into the Pentagon websites from his laptop between classes. Yeah. Between classes. Bruv, a lot of people are just smoking or feeling up each other behind the bike sheds. Embarrassment. Exactly. But they said the bugs that he found would allow hackers to display whatever they wanted online and access users' account information. He was one of two people praised by the Defense Secretary of Defense Ash Carter. But the hacks that he found, they'd already worked out, but they hadn't released the information saying that there were these weak spots. So they praised him for getting involved in that. And this also leads on to something the Pentagon do. They do something called Hack the Pentagon, which is basically Hack the Pentagon is where they say, yo,
go on, come and have a go if you think you're hard enough.
Come and have a go if you think you're hard enough. And then the people that hack in and do really, really well might get a little bit of wedge, a little bit of cash, a little bit of dollar bills, yo. Or they might even get jobs and internships as well. And I think that's the cleverest thing to do. Instead of making these people run away, they go, you want to hack us? Come hack us. And then someone goes, I've hacked you. And they go, here's a job.
Yeah.
You're in.
Yeah.
Imagine more things like that, where you just had to do the job and you're in.
Or you just flag up on their radar forever and they're watching you.
Yeah, but they'd rather have you. Better the enemy. Better, was it? What's that saying? Oh, you'll know it. Better the devil you know. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, at the end of Catch Me If You Can.
Yeah.
I'm going to spoil that for you because it's an old school film. At the end of Catch Me If You Can, he ends up getting a job. The guy that did all the fraud.
Okay.
He works in the fraud department.
Well, that's a bit similar to actually in the regards to this topic. The film with what's his name? Is it Chris Hemsworth? Thor?
Yeah, Thor.
Is it Liam or was it Chris?
Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah, Chris Hemsworth. Thor. He's in a film called. Is it called Black Hat?
I saw that. Yeah,
that's a really good film about hacking, and obviously they use him. They break him out of jail or whatever.
Yeah.
They offer to reduce his sentence to help them catch another cyber criminal. Yeah, so I guess this is kind of tapping into that kind of what was supposed to be fiction. Seems like they've been doing it for a while now.
That was a good film, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
Nerds can look good too. Yeah, nerds can have a six pack. They don't all have to look like Jeff Goldblum, Yeah, from Independence Day. Yeah, this one or the last one.
Yeah, exactly.
Nerds can look good too.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, that's a good ass film. But would you do this if you were the Pentagon? Say, yeah, come and have a go if you think you're hard enough. Come on in. Come on.
How much they're offering?
No, I mean, would you do it if you were the Pentagon?
Oh, if I was the Pentagon?
We're the Pentagon right now.
Yeah, I would. But then I would be a bit suspicious as to what information they're actually giving me. Because they could be telling me, oh yeah, I'm just going through this modem and that back door of your key card password thingamajig.
Starting to sound like that porno again.
And really, I could be holding back on other ways that I could have got in there. So it depends how trustworthy you find the information available that they're giving you. I mean, if you was a cat burglar and you were being offered money as to how you got into the building, but there was something valuable inside the building and there's multiple ways, all you'd have to do is just give them one way you got into the building. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So, and you'd keep quiet the other ways and then steal the loot another day.
Interesting. But it's That's true, but it's better to have them on a payroll though. You kind of like, you know, like in Breaking Bad, how is it Mike?
Yeah.
How Mike doesn't really like Walter, but they end up working together at some point.
Yeah.
Because it just better the devil you know, innit, for both sides.
There's better the devil you know, which is one saying, but another saying is sleeping with the enemy. And sometimes you don't want to be that, because you sleep with the enemy, they know all the nooks and crannies of your
ass.
So yeah.
I think the key is you got to pay them so much that they never think about doing that sort of stuff. They've got to be so well paid, but then they could be bought off again.
Exactly. Can you buy loyalty? Bum, bum, bum.
But I would like, though, if I was the Pentagon, I'd give you a computer to work with and stuff, and I would try and like monitor it. They'd probably monitor everything you do.
Yeah.
Like how long you know, just sit there and listen to
so
the internet.
So actually you have to do this under supervision when you have to break in, or?
No, I mean, once I give you a job, I'd probably do that.
Okay,
like, your computer will be so like enemy of the state.
Yeah.
Why are we referencing so many films today? Welcome to How to Kill an Hour film special.
That happens in actually another film, the new Mission Impossible, where the guy, what's the British guy, the comedian?
Simon Pegg.
Yeah, where he's obviously working, like they've disbanded IMF, and he's working for the CIA, the Pentagon, and they're watching his every move now.
And they give him the lie detector test, and he has to. They give him one every week, and he has to bust it every single week. Do you think you could pass a lie detector test?
Yeah, because I'm not ugly.
I think I'll do all right. I might struggle in the sweaty palms, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not a sweaty palm person generally, but if I have to think about not making my palms sweat.
Knees weak, palms are sweaty.
Hey, yeah, and don't eat any spaghetti before you go in for that as well. Anyway, so from the Pentagon being quite sensible to Microsoft and weed, Microsoft is helping out all our drug dealers out there, bruv. And there probably could be a better way of me putting it, but if I'm honest, this is close enough.
Okay.
They're partnering with a weed company called Kinda Financial. I think it just sounds like a weedy company, innit? What are you?
I think
Kinda Financial.
The regular dealer now's got a chip and pin machine.
Yeah.
Contactless.
Yeah. Let me just restart this. Yeah. Boom. Yeah. Can you imagine that? But bruv, you know what? Actually, Funk, you're in the right direction. A cannabis company called Kinda Financial, these guys.
Yep.
They help to transact weed safely and securely in adherence with the laws and rules in the guidelines that govern weed. Basically, it helps them. They help you sell weed legally, Kinda Financial, because in certain states weed is legal. Yeah. In Canada, weed's pretty more legal than it is in other parts of the world, should we say? Yeah. So 20 states have got legalized weed for medicinal use, and a further 4 have legalized it totally. Washington, Oregon, Colorado, and Alaska, with 5 more to vote on this autumn. Anyway, so there's loads of startups trying to sell weed.
Yeah.
But Microsoft have basically created a software that helps people sell weed and stay legal with their selling of weed, and they're able to do this because they're so big and well established.
Yeah.
Other companies would not be able to do this. How big is this that one of the biggest computer companies in the world is now saying, look, there's 2 ways to sell your drugs.
Yeah.
I'm going to help you sell them legal.
Yeah.
How big is this, bruv?
It's huge.
Like, all joking aside, Microsoft are helping, helping guys pay for their tuition out there, helping guys get those ice white, the cocaine white Air Force Ones.
You can get your leaves for your windows.
Hey. But bruv, does this count as Microsoft really like helping you deal drugs?
I don't know, boy. They'll probably find some way of kind of distance themselves from the actual product itself and just claiming that they're just facilitating trade.
Yeah, that's basically what it is.
Facilitating trade.
Using cloud computing to do it.
Because it's cloud computing.
Interesting.
They never actually touched the weed.
So because they never actually touched the weed, they're saying, hey, look, I'm not really that involved in it.
This is the problem with business. All big businesses are complicit somehow in some sort of illegal activity. You have to look at it like this. Microsoft, you probably got Bill Gates up there rolling up a big doobie.
Yeah.
With his feet up.
Yeah, what Bill Gates has in the small print, in the terms and conditions, the 15 million pages you never read.
Exactly.
Every ounce you sell, you got to break him off a little piece.
That's what I'm saying, but
break him off.
That ain't shisha Bill smoking.
Bro, it's nuts, man. It's nuts. Like, okay, so the way I can kind of make it make sense is they're saying it's facilitating the legal use, so therefore it's not adding to illegal use.
Okay.
So maybe it is cool, man. I don't know. I just got excited because Microsoft have developed software to help shop weed.
I think my main excitement comes from the fact that Microsoft would not put money into a venture that isn't potentially lucrative. They probably kind of foresee that this is going to get rolled out to more states than the 5 that are listed, for them to kind of even be going down this avenue.
And maybe they own some crops in those states that are about to go legal.
They got their planes to Colombia already.
Yeah, Colombia. Yeah, they got their poppy farms. Yeah,
in Mexico.
Okay, interesting. I don't know. I thought I'd dip into that one. So we wrap up the show a little bit with a little bit of funk, a little bit of typical. You just read that, innit? An unidentified driver from Southampton in his 50s was caught pleasuring himself while driving his BMW along the M40. M40's motorway over in the UK, yeah? And luckily for him, police in an unmarked car were on a patrol on a week-long crackdown for distracted drivers. So they found a guy wanking in his car.
I think that this guy is probably the Stig from Top Gear. Because to be doing that and driving a BMW and the M40 is not easy road, you know.
M40, you can do a good 70 miles an hour on that, innit? Clean. Legally, you're doing 70 miles an hour. To knock one out, why are you doing 70 miles an hour? I hope you got an automatic car, bruv. Or cruise control. You need cruise control. Because what if you get a shady, juddery little leg at the end? What other things do you think they caught people doing?
I don't know. I mean, probably the generic one is putting in their makeup and...
It's not on the list, but that's got to be on there somewhere.
It's got to be on there. I'm just trying to think of the things I see people like doing in the mornings.
A bit more common than that.
Obviously eating.
That's not on the list, but that's probably what is something that's everyone does or everyone has in their hand at some point in the day.
Bogey?
Toothbrush?
There's always someone picking their nose.
Yeah.
Looking for gold.
Something that everyone always does. You use yours a lot.
I'm trying to think what it is.
Mind out the gutter, son.
What, on the phone?
Yeah, 147 people on their phones in 4 days.
Really?
I thought it'd be more than that, to be honest.
Okay.
Like, how hard are you looking to pull people over? Because I reckon there's thousands of cars going past and people are just like looking at their phone.
That's why they stop people from having tinted windows, isn't it? So they can catch them.
Exactly. You can't go past 35 in this country on the tint scale, innit? Otherwise they get you. Also, a man reading a novel.
A novel?
Yeah.
That's fascinating.
That's why you need to switch those narrative pawns, boy. That's why you need to switch over.
Reading a paperback novel while driving.
Oh, yeah, it was a paperback.
Turning pages.
I hope it wasn't something like a map and they pulled him over and called it a novel. That's dread, innit? It's a map, man. He's trying to get somewhere.
I just think they still pull a guy over and he's got through like 7 chapters of Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, they're like, could you get out, please? Yeah, one sec. Let's get licks his finger and flicks a page. Yeah, one sec. It's getting a bit juicy here.
Not even an ebook or a Kindle. It's a proper paperback novel.
Exactly. Maybe the guy in a car that was caught wanking, masturbating, was listening to that narrative porn, though. Yeah. That could be a bad side effect to narrative porn.
Go faster.
Yeah.
He puts his foot down.
Oh man, what's the worst thing you've done while you're driving? What's the weirdest thing you do while you drive?
The weirdest thing, I don't know, man. I'm a pretty good driver, man. I've got both hands on the steering wheel, just keeping it going. Fucking shit. I'll just chat some shit because I know DVLA probably listen to this.
Yeah,
we got you, man.
You're 10 to 2 at all times.
Yeah.
In an alternative universe, hypothetically, what would you do? In a cartoon universe when there are no repercussions.
Do you know what the funny thing I found? I don't know how people watch films and drive.
I got a friend that straight does that on motorway drives.
How?
It's illegal.
Is it?
Oh God, nah, really? No, shut the front door.
Billy said that.
It's illegal. He was like, he's ready to give us a ticket. Affirmative. It's illegal. No.
There is a weird thing that we all do.
What?
Do you know when you're driving, you overtake someone, you just can't help but just look at them as you drive past?
Is that illegal as well?
Is that illegal?
No.
So
I just thought how weird is that we have to look at someone when we overtake.
So
you have to look at them.
your eye off the road.
Do you look at them angrily though if they're going slow?
Well,
or do you just look at them with your normal E-fit face?
E-fit.
Why is it Why is it illegal, to be on the phone, but not illegal to have the radio on? Isn't that a distraction?
Yeah, but if you got the phone up into your head,
No, they're actually trying to make it like
illegal
Yeah,
to be my hands free kit?
Yeah.
But then what?
Because you're distracted. Because
you're distracted.
You're talking to someone.
Yeah,
But then if they're saying that, then let's not have any passengers in the car then.
basically.
Because then if a passenger's talking to you, isn't that?
Chuck
Are
your
they
kids-
really trying to make that legal?
Yeah, chuck your kids out the window.
Yeah. What's that? You got to ride solo in your car from now on.
Yeah,
Wow. Really?
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, our buses don't have seatbelts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's top.
And they
Double-decker.
take some mad corners as well, boy.
Yeah, our buses can go
Yeah.
the legal road speed
Yeah, I think
and not
so-
have seatbelts.
Trust me, I think some bus drivers as well. They must have been rally drivers before they took to the buses. Yeah.
Have you ever seen a bus do a handbrake turn?
all the time. See around Oxford Circus, central London, those buses, they drift. They don't take corners, they drift round corners, boy. And if you're inside, you better make sure that you've had breakfast 30 minutes before you get on that bus.
Need
because
for
it could come up.
Speed Boris edition.
Need for Speed. The Red Bus edition.
Red bus. Yeah, Boris ain't the mayor anymore.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. We got a Muslim mayor. We're head and shoulders above the modern world.
We're just
the Western
culti-multural.
world.
We're
Yeah.
culti-multural out here. Culti-multural. Weirdest thing I do when I drive is I rap out the maddest. I'm on it. I'm hype.
Yeah.
I'm rapping. So what about like if you're singing along and like doing a little hand movement? Is
So
that,
your hands
is that
are
not
on the
allowed
wheel?
now? Nah, both my hands are 10 to 2. But at the point when as I'm taking my hand down to the
No,
gear
but
stick,
the-
it does a little shimmy on the way down. That's legal. It's legal.
The thing is, you have to think about this. If you was doing that and you was doing your driving test, you would have failed because your hands have to be on the wheel at all times. So technically,
Can you put the radio on when you're doing a driving test?
no.
Why not? I just think that'd be sick. Would it be sick to just be like to just put on your
I think
seatbelt?
you need to have your license revoked.
No, wouldn't it be sick? You put on your seatbelt, just go like that, adjust your mirrors, like you get ready to go, start the car, and he goes, "Could you take off, please?" You just put on a fat tune like, "Eddie up, get that fool, Eddie up, kidnap that fool." Left here, yeah, cool. Get it. That'd be sick.
We all know what Marcus says in his radio.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Porno,
man.
didn't remember?
Yeah. Oh, what, the porno that I got in my car?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I've actually got porn I could actually listen to porn in my car.
Yeah.
Because when I drive, the screen goes off because it doesn't want you to watch while you drive.
So you actually had Porn for the Blind before Porn for the Blind invented it.
Yeah, it was like Mark 1 edition. It was just, it was like trying to listen to an episode, to something on the TV before you get there. And then Dave walked into the room.
Yeah.
Angrily. It's always like, you have to have something like that, you know. They walked into the room angrily, slapped their hand down on the table firmly. Yeah, I don't know what firmly words are, but what kind of word are they?
Get over here.
Are they a pronoun? I don't know. I'm not
It's like a adverb.
an adverb. That's it. Yeah,
An adjective.
an adjective.
Verb.
Yeah, they've always got to have the adverb in there.
Yeah.
So it's always like,
A describing doing word.
yeah. So it's always like, you know, James walked into the room, smittenly. Billy stroked his beard murderously. Anyway, on that note, bruv, we've killed an hour. Drive safe out there between
Yes.
this show and the next. I've been Marcus Bronzy.
I've been Funk Butcher.
There's plenty of ways to kill an hour out there. Thank you for killing one with us.
Peace.
Hourly.